Alberta's energy minister is in town today, taking part in several meetings. Ken Hughes met with the Rotary Club this afternoon.
We also have to find every opportunity we can to add value to products that we produce in this province as well.
It was a packed crowd as Rotary members had the chance to hear from the minister and ask questions. Many topics were discussed, including the 2 proposed pipelines that would ship oil to both BC and the States. Right now, both projects are on hold.
I think we can all be patient, and there's been a lot of good work done, and of course some of the state of Nebraska is an important player in this. They have to advise the federal government in the U.S. And at some point the president will go in the Oval Office and close the door and make a decision.
As for the Idle No More movement, some First Nations chiefs in the province say they would target the oil sands. Hughes says the government is just concentrating on working with them.
I wouldn't overreact or encourage people to speak about that kind of an approach to things. I am not going to speculate about what might happen or what might not happen. I can tell you that we have a very constructive relationship with First Nations in this province.
And if you missed your chance earlier today but still want to meet with the minister, there is a meeting scheduled at the Lloydminster grounds that is open to the public. It runs from 8 to 9:30 and audience members can ask the minister questions. Well, it's an exciting time for hockey fans with the NHL season underway in just a few days. But with the shortened season, the city is left wondering what's to come for the Hockey Day in Canada event scheduled for February. Barb Padiasic caught up with the mayor for the answer.
Hockey parents spent the afternoon cheering on some hopeful future NHLers. A common scene here at the Civic Centre in a hockey-mad city. With the NHL's collective bargaining agreement ratified, Mayor Jeff Mulligan spent the afternoon on social media looking to find out the fate of the border cities hosting Hockey Day in Canada.
Yesterday, the executive producer, Joel Darling of CBC, confirmed on Twitter, of course we do everything that way now, confirmed on Twitter that Lloydminster would be the host city for 2014.
While hockey fans will have to wait one more year until the city is in the national spotlight, fans here say they're just happy to have it back in 2014.
It's something that gets the community involved. Anything that brings families to the rink and creates interest in the game. It's good for the community.
I don't really care. I just like my grandkids and this hockey around here.
You're not disappointed that we're not getting it this year?
No, but no one you can watch hockey like this.
Now, there's no official plan for when the new Hockey Day in Canada event will go on, but according to the mayor, it looks like it will be a January start.
2 things. One, schedule doesn't get done for the following season until about June, and the Olympics are occurring in 2014. So generally, if you look at Olympic years, it's usually moved to January.
Instead of Hockey Day in Canada, the city is expected to announce an event that will take its place in February. The event will be a big boost for local youth in hockey as well.
Well, I think it's great. Any exposure you can get for a town like Lloydminster, especially nationally, and get some NHL players or personnel coming into town. It's good for the kids, and it'll be good for the community.
That announcement is expected to be made in the next few days. Bart Padiasic, Newcap News.
On tonight's edition of Retrospect, this week from the archives, Brian Hardy brings us back to the Olympic torch run blazing through the border city. And we take a look back at advice for pregnant women that may be common sense now, but wasn't 2 decades ago.
This week in 2010, the Olympic torch run was making its way through the Midwest.
Day 75 of the relay is being celebrated for the first time ever in North Battleford. The torch is on a 45,000-kilometer relay, the longest in Olympic history, reaching 90% of Canada's population and 1,037 communities. After the event in North Battleford, the flame continues on its way to Lloydminster for another celebration.
After 75 days and one final dash along Highway 16, the torch and its many followers pulled into Bud Miller Park, where it was greeted by as many as 10,000 people.
The flame is headed to Kid Scotty in the morning at 7 for a pancake breakfast, then off to Vermilion for a relay that's supposed to start at 8:08, and then up to St. Paul for 8:59. From Bud Miller Park, I'm Whitney Stinson. Now, back to you in the newsroom.
It's January 1989, and pregnant women who smoke are being advised to butt out.
The Canadian Lung Association is starting its anti-smoking campaign early by supplying T-shirts to babies born on Weedless Wednesday. They're given in hope the baby won't grow up to be a smoker, but they're also meant to be a reminder to moms about the dangers of smoking during pregnancy.
Nicotine and carbon monoxide in the cigarettes, when they're smoking, it goes into the bloodstream of the mother, and it crosses the placenta barrier, and then it goes into the baby's bloodstream. And this uses up all the oxygen, and they need that oxygen for growth and development.
Gwen Polakowski, Broadcast Center News.
Join us next time when we go dashing through the snow on Retrospect, this week from the archive.